Hey everybody, welcome to week 5, last week of the marketing course, your international um, course here. So, weekly scenery, New York City, and I got this up here for a couple of reasons. Well, one, scenery, but two, I'm actually going on a road trip this weekend. So I did these videos on Friday afternoon. I'll be back in town like Wednesday, but you can still get in touch with me and everything. I mean, I got the phone and checking the emails and everything. But I'm heading to New York to meet my sister. She's flying in from Ireland, and so it's one of these special reunions because we haven't seen each other in 50 years. So she was like 2, 3 years old the last time I saw her. So that's why I'm heading to New York. Um, Let me see here. The other weekly inspiration, determination, deciding it's worth it to finish what you started. I try to put something up here to inspire or, help you stay focused. Like I mentioned before, this is something you've chosen to do. You have an opportunity here that a lot of people don't ever get. And yes, there's obstacles that get in our way, but, you need to finish the race, stay focused, get determined. Don't let things stop you from doing what you want to do. Um, so that's why I try to do this, and it's up to you to do it. I mean, people like me can say, hey, go for it and everything, but you have to make it happen. You have to figure out a way to make school something you do every day, part of your life, not something you do every other Sunday. Because, some people, like in this course, out of 10, 11 students, by Friday, only 5 have participated. So this thing of catching up on Sunday, um, it's just you're spending more time playing catch up than you would if you just spent 10 minutes every day or however much time you need to spend. So anyway, so stay focused, finish the race, and all that stuff. All right. So Veterans Day. So here's another picture. People said they like to see pictures of me. So here you go. There's another picture of me back in my Army days. Alrighty then. And then in here we got the so last week we had the on the discussion we had the GM thing. Good discussion in there, and I mentioned on one of the replies I mentioned, check that reply for some of you, because when I got my MBA, we did a course project on GM. And this is back like in 2008 when a lot of the financial stuff was going on. But that was a good move on GM's part, going with China, because had they not done that, when we looked at everything, GM would not be here today. I mean, yeah, there was a bailout, but the bailout wouldn't even save GM because they were so far in debt. We're talking billions. Um, their U.S. domestic market was losing that type of money. The only thing that kept GM afloat and able to pay their bills was from the overseas and the overseas markets. Um, and that's a good thing. I mentioned that's a good thing about public companies is you can go in and get all their financials and download them and look at them, and you can see where all the money went and how much in debt they were and things like that. So, and that's how we were able to do that research. So it was very interesting to find that out. So anyway, so that was the China thing with GM. Upcoming week, where are you at here? Okay, so upcoming week, your last week here. Um, Dun, dun, dun. Okay, your chapters, you got 3 chapters. Okay, exporting, importing, counter trade. So all these chapters are interrelate. Production, outsourcing, logistics. Lots of conflicting viewpoints on outsourcing. One of the I mean, there was some bad outsourcing choices, especially the call center stuff when you're talking to people you can't understand or something like that. And they've gone a long way to fix that. And some places have brought that back. But part of the reason for the outsourcing is a business. If you can get the same thing made somewhere else, less expensive, that's one thing. Now, do people lose jobs? Yes, but do people gain jobs? Yes. Some of the studies show that more jobs were gained by outsourcing and trade versus had we not ever done it. One of the things is, if you can sell something for $20 or $40, which one would you get if it's the same thing? But the $20 one is made overseas, and the $41 is made here. Would you even buy it because you don't have the $40 or the $4,000 or whatever? And so there's a lot that goes into it. Even though, like I say, it's a sore subject for people who lose jobs. And I will throw in another thing, and I apologize if there's any pro-union people in the course, but one of the issues in the past was with unions. Unions were great at a time, but as the years went by, with different laws and the EEOC, OSHA, different things like that. The use of the unions fell to the wayside. However, in many cases, many union jobs were higher than what the standard wage for those particular jobs might have been, and so that drove cost up to a point where a lot of companies were faced with either just go out of business or figure out another way to stay in business. And again, the GM, the China case, perfect example. That is the main reason behind why GM was looking at complete failure, was because of the union wages and the benefits, which are very good benefits. I mean, nothing wrong with that. But there is other ways. This ain't an economics class, but there is other ways to do it and still have people, the employees, have just as good benefits, just as secure retirements, just by doing it different ways. So lots of stuff that, so there's lots to consider, or go into a lot of this. Global marketing, research and development, that's another aspect. So again, we're talking about global, be it the outsourcing or products, products from overseas. And what else? Yeah, so that's pretty much it. Like saying, these slides are always, I always tell you, you do your text, but also do the slides. But so all the information's in there. So I think I ramble enough here. Let me see. Okay, so we got the presentation discussions, you got your quiz, and you got your final. Now the thing I want to harp on here is the final is not questions and answers. It is a paper. So just make sure you get that in there. Evaluation, end of the course, we ask you to do an eval, so you can let us know if you found anything in there that needs to be fixed, corrected, something that could be done better, or if you got positive comments, I mean, either way, just but that's how we know how to fix things. And we do change things when we get, if somebody puts something in, hey, chapter something, or week 3 quiz or whatever, we go there and look, and we do change those things. But that's how we find out about it. So the only other thing here, did the final, the quiz. Okay, this is week 5, end of course. For those of you that are behind, you need to be caught up by Sunday. We are not allowed, even though I have done it in the past. Some of you have been with me in other courses. I have done it in the past, but we're not allowed. We're not supposed to do it, nor allowed to grade anything after the end of the course. So if you're submitting something Monday morning, it can't be accepted or graded any. It never was in the first place. Might have got away with it, but it's got to do with just the rules of accreditation, and this is at any university. This ain't just with us. So please, if you're behind, make sure you get everything in by Sunday. So with that, we'll call it a week. I'll see some of you next week in the next course. Some of you may be finishing up, so congratulations. Otherwise, let me do my little test question here, so I know if you watched the video. As the grandkid, you let me know what he's up to. And again, a good, good course, good interaction on those of you that are in the discussions. Good work there, and so we'll see you next time. Get in touch with me if you need anything. Take care, everybody.